Your credit score isn't a myth, it's just math. But way too many people fall for myths that cost them thousands in interest, higher insurance rates, and sometimes even job opportunities. Today, we're breaking down 5 of the biggest credit score myths, the real stories behind them, and what you should do instead. And myth number 5, yeah, that one might just protect you from the next big data breach. Myth 1 is carrying a balance boosts your score. This one literally refuses to go away. Carry a balance to boost your credit score? Nope, not even a little bit. There was a person that I knew who thought this very exact same thing. So they carried a balance for at least 6 to 9 months, maybe no score improvement, but they accrued over $600 or $700 in interest thrown away for absolutely nothing. Your score is mostly made up payment history and credit utilization. Together, over 65% of your score makes that up. So carrying a balance just means one thing: you pay interest. One thing you should do to make sure that this does not happen is to just pay them. Make a payment, use your cards, pay them in full. If you want a utilization sweet spot, then I would recommend staying under 30%, ideally 10%, under 10% if you can, when that statement closes, okay? And be honest, have you ever carried a balance because you thought in your mind that it would help? Drop us a simple yes or no in the comments. So myth number 2 is closing old accounts help you. If you close old accounts, your score will go up. Usually it is the complete opposite. There was a woman that closed her very first credit card right after she paid it off, thinking that it was a fresh start. Her score nearly dropped 50 points overnight because she shortened her credit history. So in reality, closing old accounts reduces 2 things: your average age of your credit and your overall available limit. And both of those can hit your score. An actionable tip: unless the card has crazy annual fees, and I mean crazy, then keep your oldest accounts open with a 0 balance. That's the best thing to do. So what's the oldest account on your credit report? You don't have to actually tell me what your oldest account is, but this is something just for you to think in your mind. Hey, what is the oldest account on my credit? This number 3 is checking your credit hurts you. I don't know who came up with that one. That actually stopped people from protecting themselves, which is not good. A friend of mine avoided checking her credit for years, thinking that it would drop her score. But once she finally checked, she found out that there were fraudulent accounts that had been sitting on her report for over 18 months. So not checking your credit score is not a good idea. I highly recommend checking it. It's very important. It is a soft inquiry. You guys, it doesn't hurt. Only hard inquiries hurt, like applying for new credit will impact your score. So an actionable tip is to check free reports. For example, annualcreditreport.com. That's if you don't want to pay the monthly fee for Experian to pull out 3 for you, or if you wanted to go through Equifax or TransUnion, you can rotate for the free report out through all 3 of them every 4 months for year-round monitoring if you wanted to go the free route. But just something to think about here: when is the last time you checked your credit score? You don't have to share that, just something to think about. Now, myth number 4 is thin files can't improve quickly. Now, if you don't have credit, you can build fast if you know the right tools. There was a college graduate who thought that she would be stuck forever. But after being added as an authorized user on her mom's 10-year-old account, her score jumped literally 80 points in 3 months. And this is something that can be done. You can be added as an authorized user to boost your score. So if you're starting out, you can ask a trusted family member to add you as an authorized user, or open a secured card and treat it like a sacred property, basically. So, quick question. Who taught you credit? You can shout those out below. Now, myth number 5 is data breaches don't affect credit. It won't directly affect your credit, but the fallout of it can. There was a story, I think that was back in, just last year, 2025. TransUnion had a huge, massive data breach. It affected millions of people, their social security numbers. So imagine that. A lot of people brushed it off until fraudulent accounts started appearing. You don't want that to happen to you. A breach doesn't instantly drop your score, but it does open the door to identity theft. So if someone uses your information to open accounts, that can wreck your credit. So actionable steps that you can take in case something like this happens is to freeze your credit for all three, for TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. It is completely free and reversible. Now, if you are impacted, you can also go to identitytheft.gov and follow their recovery plan. And another thing you can do is set up alerts. Do not wait for your yearly report. Please, please do not. Set those alerts up. Now, have you ever been part of a data breach before? And if you have been part of a data breach, if you were part of a data breach, would you freeze your credit or ride it out? And if you are someone who would not freeze your credit, but you would just ride it on out, then just let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know why you would not, because there are some people out there, they just don't want to freeze their credit, and they have reasons for it. Freezing your credit, it does help in a whole lot of ways. I had a situation where I had to do that, but then I had to go open up a new bank account, and I had to go unfreeze it, and when I unfreeze it, I still couldn't open the bank account. It took like 2 months for them to receive the paperwork, Equifax, that I had unfroze the account, even though I got email confirmation. So it's certain things regarding that you want to be careful of as well. I would say in my case, at that time, I had done it backwards. So what I would recommend you do is, if you need to open a new account, do that first, then go freeze your credit if needed. It's definitely ways around doing it the way that I did it. Now, when it comes to these credit breaches and things like that, these are very serious. I just wanted to show one proof. This is from the consumer the CFPB. This is from the CFPB, and the website is consumerfinance.gov. So they actually sued Experian last year for sham investigations of credit report errors. So things like this can happen too, which is also another reason why you should always check your credit report, because there could be discrepancies on there, and then you dispute them, and then they could come back and say, oh no, this is accurate. But there are ways around this. You don't want something like this to happen, but it's definitely a whole article about it. They were sued. So just because you see a particular score on your credit report, that does not always mean that it is accurate. Definitely want to do your due diligence and check into those details. Okay, so that is all. Again, credit scores aren't magic, they're just math. Don't carry balances for no reason. Don't close old accounts. Don't be afraid to check your credit. And with the number of data breaches happening every year, please protect yourself. These simple steps and moves can save you thousands over your lifetime. And if you learned something new today, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who still thinks that carrying a balance helps your score. Trust me, they need it.